y'all a few minutes to get in here, talk about what's going on, what's been going on and stuff, and then give you guys some insight about what's going on, because been getting a lot of information. Well, I ain't gonna say information, but guys been talking about the same troubling thing and stuff, and so I want to see if I can give some kind of clairvoyance about any issue and stuff that's been going on, because it's been I guess what everybody's talking about is like the rates and stuff. The rates have been garbage out here in trucking. Loads and stuff are kind of hard to find and stuff like that, so on and so forth. So I guess I want to see what maybe it's a area thing and stuff, cause I've experienced the rates and stuff going down, but I haven't seen no decrease in in the loads and stuff, in the activities and everything. And maybe that's because I'm just over here on the East Coast, but yeah, for the most part, I have seen a decrease in the rates, but that's because the fuel has dropped substantially over here and stuff. It's like where fuel was a little over $3 and stuff, now it's got down to $2.70, $2.60 in some areas and stuff like that. And so guys have actually lowered the rates a little bit. It's one place that I do loads for. Sorry about that, I got a phone call, but the rates have the rate I took the load for actually 200. Man, got the hotline today. Okay, all right, so what I was saying is that I took this load for it was paying $200 more than what it used to and stuff, but it's been a while since I did the loads and stuff, and I think they rebid it for the contract, and they had to do it. I know they dropped it by $50 the last time I was doing this stuff, and so now they done dropped another $150. So I'm doing it $200 lower than $200 cheaper than what I would normally take it for and stuff. And I guess the reason why I ain't really complaining too much is because I had to set that load up to get some other ones and stuff like that. So it still paid good despite the fact that it's $200 cheaper, but fuel has dropped substantially. So I just I kind of took that hit and stuff, and that's because that's where I am. That's where I am and stuff there. So I just took that load and combinated with a few others and stuff like that. So it's not something I'm gonna do consistently though. But they did put in for it's not just him, a couple other places and stuff put in for bids, and they got the contracts, but some of them well, for the most part, a lot of guys and stuff, their performance wasn't up to par. And so to keep these guys as to keep them as customers, the customer probably told them and stuff is that, hey, listen, this is what it's gonna be right here and stuff. And cause before this, especially the guy I was doing loads and stuff for, he was giving me a lot of phone calls and stuff saying, hey, listen, are you in the area and stuff like that? I would tell him, no, I'm not over there and stuff. And so, in that instance there and stuff, he was in real dire needs and stuff with the truck. And so you can't, when you got a contract to fulfill, you can't just go back and tell the customer, hey man, we're not gonna be able to pull that load, because it's just like, you got cell phone service or any other service for that matter and stuff, and then you sign up for a service and it's not being fulfilled, you're gonna want to discontinue that contract. And so in this instance there and stuff, that's what it's been a lot of, is that it's been a lot of loads and stuff that he took on, but he took on more volume than he could take on and stuff. And so, you know, in order to keep these guys as customers, he had to go for a lower rate, which, you know, it's hurting him and stuff. But, you know, it should also teach him a lesson about, you know, taking on more volume and stuff than what you can handle, you know, especially if you're a brokering agency, you know, and you don't have no trucks, you know, which leads to another thing and stuff that this industry is experiencing and stuff, you know, is that, you know, why brokering agencies, why they discontinue them being independent and they move on to, you know, signing on with, say, Landstar or Roadrunner or someone like that, because now it's based upon its quantity over quality, you know, so to speak. So, you know, if you sign on with these guys here and stuff, they're gonna lower your operating costs, your insurance, so on and so forth, and then they guarantee you that, you know, you're gonna always have contractors at your disposal versus you know, having a few good drivers out here and stuff, you know, that's willing to do your freight. But, you know, when you're always, you know, when you're inconsistent with your rates and stuff and so on and so forth, you know, this is what happens. People just tend to pull away. They don't want to do business with you as much. And so now you're in a dilemma where, you know, you got freight but no trucks, and then they lease on to a contract and stuff where they got, you know, trucks and stuff like that, and they can handle the volume. You know, the problem is that they, you know, a lot of these guys and stuff, they wind up losing their contracts because when they lease on with a Landstar or a Roadrunner or something like that, they begin to see those load tenders. And so, you know, when they got the load tenders and stuff, they also got the contracts too. And so, you know, they got, I say I'm gonna quote Andrew Jackson and stuff when he say the suit and tie guys, you know, these suit and tie guys and stuff, you know, they're able to see the load tenders and stuff like that, and then they can create a strategy to get that contract where you once had it, you know, by disrupting the system and stuff that you have, you know, because you know, they control the traffic, so to speak, and stuff, you know, the trucks and stuff like that. So, you know, and then they can just go over there and talk to the customer themselves, get the contract for themselves, and then come back to you and sit down and say, okay, all right, well, listen, we got the contract, so you can manage it for us for a different fee or whatever and stuff, you know, so you're more like an employee than a contractor. Thus, you lose your independence. And, you know, now you're working for the company, you know, instead of working with the company. But, I guess just throw that out there and stuff. And so I guess that's the issue there. As far as my truck is, you know, like I said, it's just you know, trucks running fine and stuff like that. You know, trucks running fine like that. You know, one thing did happen is that right when I went live. Okay, when I went live that next day, I was in New Jersey, and so, hey, what's good, Big Tex? All right, I was in New Jersey, and so what happened was, if anybody was over here on the East Coast and stuff, you know, we was talking about the guys putting the ban, they was putting the travel ban up and stuff, and so that really hurt me, because when I left the truck stop that morning, I thought that the ban was for. I thought the ban was just for Pennsylvania, but it was actually for the whole East Coast. So, you know, I called the broker and stuff, let him know and stuff, and of course he got upset, but I mean, it is what it is. So when I was turning around to go back to the truck stop over there in New Jersey, they got this rest area and stuff where it used to be a rest area, but it's just trees and stuff now. You know, you can't even go in there. But they had this sign up where it wanted all trucks to go in. And so, you know, with this truck having its surgery, and New Jersey being one of those EPA states like California, what I was afraid of and stuff is that, you know, that the people were actually in there and stuff. And so, but I learned some more information about that too. But anyhow, you know, I seen that, and I mean, I started sweating bullets. And so I went in there and I pulled in there and stuff, and the guy just pointed to the right, just telling me, hey, look, just keep going. And so, you know, when I was leaving, you know, just sure enough and stuff, you know, you had the regular guys and stuff that was in there, but you know, you had the EPA specialist that was there too. And so, you know, I mean, it was a sense of relief and stuff, you know, for me to get that bypass and stuff. But you know, at the same time, I was worried about this surgery. But doing more research on that, they don't, you know, the only thing they're checking for is they check the emissions to see how much, you know, to see how much emissions you're putting out. And so as long as it's under a certain percentage, then, you know, you'll pass. Which, you know, even with people getting the surgeries and stuff like that, they're still passing and stuff. You know, it takes more, you know, it takes more for them to find out what's going on other than, you know, just doing that standard test and stuff. So, you know, that gave me a sense of relief there, you know, even though I'm still, you know, that was just me being complacent, because when I looked over there, it just didn't occur to me that's what was going on and stuff. So when I turned around, you know, they got another side road that I could have just simply jumped on and stuff and avoided all that to start with. But, you know, anyhow, what I thought was going to happen didn't happen, and I'm glad it didn't and stuff like that. So, you know, anyway, this surgery is still holding up good. The surgery's still holding up good and stuff. You know, I haven't had any more issues and stuff. And something else too. When a couple weeks ago and stuff, the guy that I took my truck to put my inverter in, let's see, did you have? No, it was one of those over there in New Jersey. It was one of those kind of like inspection things and stuff. So, you know, they made everybody come in regardless of, you know, regardless of whether you had it or not and stuff. He was doing it in the rest area. So it wasn't like a scale house or something like that, because, you know, those are pretty stationary, and I know how to get past every one of them. You know, I don't do scales, you know. I don't do scales. So, but yeah, what had happened was a couple weeks ago and stuff, I went to go get my inverter put in the truck. And so what my truck had started doing actually the next day after I got the surgery was I was going down the hill, and then the truck just shut off, and then it come back on. And I'm like, first thing I'm thinking like, oh man, my ECM is dead or it's dying. And, you know, so I started calling around and stuff like that and asking questions about, you know, if my ECM is going bad. So when I called the guy, you know, when I called my doctor who did the surgery, you know, he was telling me that, you know, it didn't have anything to do with, you know, it didn't have anything to do with that and stuff. And so what he was suggesting was that kill switch, you know, the kill switch and stuff on my truck was going bad. So doing some further studying, I always drove the truck with the inverter on. And stuff. And so I remember a long time ago, it was another truck that I was driving that did the same thing. That's when I hooked it up and did it all wrong and stuff. And so, you know, those wires get to touching, and it just kills the truck and stuff. Well, I don't say it kills it, it just kind of short circuits and stuff. But but anyway, that's what this truck and stuff was doing. It was shutting off, and then it was coming back on and stuff. And so what I started doing was shutting off the inverter, and just sure enough, when I shut off the inverter, nothing happened. So the stuff I'm experiencing this week is, man, taking your stuff to people, you know, and this guy charged me $500 to put this inverter in, and it's doing this crap, you know. is doing this crap when it shouldn't even be doing that and stuff. You know, I thought the guy, you know, I thought the guy was pretty, you know, on the up and up and stuff, but that didn't, you know, that wasn't the case. And then my starter has a short in the wire. The starter has a short in the wire and stuff. So it's a little wire that goes to the solenoid and stuff. And so I didn't know how to, I didn't have the tool, or I didn't know exactly what wire it is and stuff, right, to get it changed. And so yeah, I didn't know what wire and stuff to get it changed and stuff. So, you know, I got to messing with it and stuff like that. I knew which wire it was, so I took it to the shop. Asked the guy and stuff if he can fix it. What's going on, Brooklyn Dodger? Okay. All right. I took it to the shop, and the guy changed the wires and stuff like that, and I thought everything was good. But then I go to the movies, shut the truck off, and said, well, let me crank it back up, try to turn it, nothing. I said, man, here we go. So I had to go fool with that wire and stuff again, and I got that fixed. And then so that cost me $105 for that guy to change those two wires, which wasn't even the problem. And then this weekend my alternator went out on my trailer. Yeah, my alternator went out on my trailer and stuff. And so I'm like, you know what, this time I'm not paying anybody. So I went to Thermo King. Bought the alternator, changed it myself, and you know, that thing is working. It's working. I did a real good job and stuff, man. I you know, I had to give myself a pat on the back. In fact, you know, I started to brag a little bit, like, man, you know, let me upload this and stuff, man, and tell these guys what's going on and stuff, how to change an alternator on a Thermo King, you know, that sort of issue there. But I mean, I'm no professional, so blue smoke. The rule up there is that you can't blow blue smoke with then a 30. Yeah, okay, yeah. So I don't have any emission coming out of it, period. Or if it is, I don't see it. In fact, it has that same aroma as you know, before the surgery and stuff was done on it. So, you know, but yeah, man, when I changed that alternator, man, it gave me a real sense of pride, you know, cause that last one, you know, I'm one of those guys where I take it to the shop because I don't want to screw it up, right? I don't want to screw it up, even though I got all the tools and stuff necessary. I don't want to screw it up and then make things worse than what it is, you know. But this right here, you know, enough was enough, man. I went back there. It took me about 15 minutes to take it off, 5 minutes to put it back on, hit the switch, cranked up, man, and you know, I mean, I'm out there dancing in the street, you know. And you know, like I said, I mean, I felt so good I wanted to upload it, but you know, at the same time with uploads is that you want to give somebody you want to give good footage, you know, cause people are really looking at, you know, hey, YouTube has really turned a lot of us into mechanics, really, you know, and we're actually seeing just how easy it is and stuff to change certain things. And so, you know, it's based upon the footage that people show, right? To say, okay, yeah, you know what, I got those tools and stuff like that. Yeah, I can just change it myself, and then, you know, and that save you about $400-500, you know. But that alternator, on my last trailer stuff, that cost me about cost me close to $600. Cost me close to $600 stuff to get all that changed. And you know, me, all I paid was you know, for the alternator itself and stuff, that was $238. Yeah, $238 and stuff. And so, you know, easy on, easy off, you know. And like I said, it just made me feel real good and stuff. So I'm gonna take this old alternator that I have and go get that one. I'm gonna get that one rebuilt and stuff. And so, you know, I'll have you know, I have plenty spare. All right, what's going on, man? Yeah, everything's good. Everything is good, Aaron. Everything's real good, man. You know, just giving that 14-day update about what's going on and stuff like that, and see that, you know, I guess my biggest concern and stuff is being like, you know, guys talk about the rates and stuff like that. So, or I ain't gonna say the rates and stuff. It's more or less the lows. Cause I understand why the rates kind of went down, cause you know, fuel, you know, diesel fuel and stuff. But you know, some people saying like, man, look, it's been very difficult for them to find loads, and so I wanted to see what was up with that and stuff, cause you know, it may be because you're in a particular area or a particular person that you're dealing with, cause I mean, the thing I'm seeing, or what's not being explained and stuff, is that when people are looking for loads and stuff, is it you looking for it yourself, or is it somebody that's doing it for you, and then you calling in and saying, okay, you got anything? No, we don't have nothing. Because, you know, if that's the case, then what's going on now is I want to call it that the first children, let's see, has the chemotherapy for the cancer has been working. Oh yes, extremely well and stuff. You know, the surgery, like I said, it was a success, and the you know, it hasn't been showing any signs and stuff of the cancer returning. You know, so I have to say that it's completely disease free. You know, it's completely disease free and stuff, man. And speaking about that and stuff, is that I talked to another guy, and he had an Astra ProStar. It was a 2012 with a Max Force engine. He had a Max Force engine and stuff, and so, you know, me and him was comparing notes and stuff, and we was talking about the same thing. I'm like, man, look, what's the issues you've been having? These issues right here and stuff. And so, you know, we compared and stuff like that, and he hasn't had any other issue except you know, the emissions. And so, you know, they took that truck, went, got surgery on it, and he said, man, you know, he's been, you know, they've been clean for 4 months, you know, and he hasn't had any other issues and stuff other than that emissions. And so, you know, what I'm telling guys and stuff, I just seen a video. Let's see, my man Chasing Andrews and stuff. You know, I've been watching him, and you know, the squad and stuff that he got. You know, it's this one dude and stuff in particular that's saying, you know, he keep having issues with that emission. You know, he just went and he changed the NOx sensor. You know, he's showing where he was changing the NOx sensor and stuff, and I'm like, man, you know, I hate to say it, but he just spent $400 for nothing. Because the only thing that's going to happen, you know, he changed the sensor, he might get the code and stuff cleared out, but you know, it's just going to come back because of that one box. You know, that one box is no good and stuff. I mean, you know, you keep changing those sensors, and you know, you keep changing those NOx sensors and temperature sensors and all that other stuff there, but you know, it's still going to be come down to the same thing. You know, I'm like, especially, you know, if you out there in that oil field, I don't even see why anybody would even think of keeping that regen and stuff out there. It's just, man, look, I'm just getting rid of it. I'm gonna run and make all that oil field money. You know, forget changing all this other stuff, cause I don't have time for it. Oh, they just loaded me now. Okay, all right, so yeah, and so, you know, I'm like, I know what that guy's going through and stuff, but at the same time, I'm like, man, look, you know, I'm pretty sure that somebody down there and stuff can remove that, you know, can remove that cancer. So I mean, you know, if he can find somebody stuff to get that part of stuff removed, get that surgery and stuff, and that's that. Get out there and keep making that money. Because that's the only thing I can see that's really keeping them from making money, is that, man, look, every time I turn around, I'm always getting a code, and I know what that code is. It's always an ECC SPN 61 every single time. I'm willing to bet that. And so, you know, take it from me and many others and stuff who gave me that same advice. You know, look, get that surgery, Get that surgery, get that cancer removed out of that truck, man. Get it removed. Let's see. And I guess that's that and stuff. Hey, can anybody tell me that snowstorm that came through, right? Cause the only thing that happened to me down there in Jersey was that it just rained. You know, it rained all Saturday, but that was it. I ain't see no snow. You know, I ain't see no snow, even though everybody was talking about things was gonna get bad and stuff like that. And, you know, I didn't see it. You know, I didn't see it. I didn't even get on the news and stuff to look at it. And, you know, I don't know if anybody got affected by it or whatever and stuff, you know, but I don't even know why they, you know, and here's the dumb thing. They put the commercial ban up, right? But isn't usually the cars and stuff the ones that acting up because, you know, truck usually have common sense. Like, man, hey, listen, hey, it's pretty bad out here. Let me just go and pull on over anyway. You know, if it's bad enough. If it's bad enough. But those that know how to wheel and deal through it and stuff, they, you know, they keep on going and stuff. And I'm like, you know, I just think that the ban should have been on the cars and stuff and just said, well, all right, you know, it's a ban on all cars on highways rather than, you know, commercial vehicles. Guys, I mean, you know, I know that's what, I ain't going to say that's me, man. You know, many others do the same thing. Like, man, listen, I ain't pushing through this crap. And then the ones that know how to wheel and deal, you know, that's what they do. They wheel and deal. They ain't sitting over there and doing anything reckless or whatever and stuff. They just got to understand how to, you know, how to wheel and deal through that snow and ice. I mean, me, I can do it only to a certain extent. Then, you know, I'll say, man, hey, forget this crap, man. I'll pull over. You know, I'll find me a truck stop. I'll deal with this stuff tomorrow, whatever, you know, and that's that. But everybody I know and stuff, man, do the same thing. Like, hey, man, it's too bad. Let me just go and pull on over here. And I just talk to dispatch and stuff tomorrow. Let them know what's good and stuff, and that's that. But yeah, man. So I don't understand that. Why would they put a commercial ban on? Yeah, why would they put a ban on commercial vehicles when the cars and stuff still can drive out here on the highway and stuff when they the ones that's typically going off the road and flipping over and all this good stuff here. But and I thought that would, you know, I thought that was going to kind of help out this week and stuff, you know, with the rates, but it didn't. You know, it did, man. So okay. Let's see. Please give me the we the easiest one. Yeah. Yep. Easiest ones every single time. I mean, but you know, what can you do? Well, I ain't going to say what you can't. I mean, I hope that Operation Black Smoke, and stuff is going to be bringing these issues and stuff up, because, you know, here it is, another week, and I still haven't heard anything. You know, I still haven't heard anything and stuff about, you know, what's their overall objective. Because they talking about shutting down and stuff like that. But, you know, I mean, hey, you want me to shut down? Let's, you know, come on, man, we got to be effective. And if we ain't talking about being effective and stuff, then, you know, hey, what's the use of me shutting down? What's the use of anybody shutting down? Because if it's not going to bring result, then why do it? You know, why do it? So, I hope that's something that is going to be addressed, because it needs to. Yeah. Well, fellas, yeah, I just giving that 14-day update. They load me up now and stuff. I got about 5 pallets I'm getting. Let's see. You realize that whenever there is a problem, we the first ones to be targeted. Yeah. Yep. Every single time. In fact, you know what? this government shutdown is probably, the government shutdown is our fault too. You know, the government shutdown is our fault. That snowstorm was our fault. The rates and stuff, you know, the rates and everything that fell, you know, that's our fault too. You know. So whatever the heck's going on this week, let's see, I'm going to be picking up 15, let's see then. Yeah. Hey, I would, that's that 15 grand, that 15,000, that's a, it's okay, but see if you can talk them down to about, you know, a couple thousand, around 12, you know. See if you can talk them down to about 12, you know, maybe 11. 15 is okay, but that's still, you know, I mean, you got the advantage, right? Because what's not happening is the you know, they use to kind of jack the price up and stuff on account of, you know, the tax refunds. You know, the tax refunds and stuff. And so, you know, with them being held up, right, it gives you that, it kind of gives you the edge, cause I don't know when they're going to release it, and even when they doing stuff, you know, it's going to be, you know, it's not going to be something that's right away and stuff. So, you know, kind of take advantage, because if he want 15, you know, he 15, but he's anticipating people getting, you know, usually having that money around this time here. Cause what's the day? 20. Day was 25th. So yeah, so 25th. Let's see. You can file the what? 19th. It isn't as bad as they predicted, and it didn't go south. I didn't go south like Scranton. Okay, all right. Cause that's why I thought all the bad stuff was at. Cause they had the commercial ban everywhere. You know, in Pennsylvania, they had to shut down everywhere. It didn't matter, you know, 81, 80, 78, 99, the Turnpike, you know, they were all shut down, you know, in Pennsylvania and stuff. I know that, but let's see, Jersey was south. Everything south of 195 was shut down. Well, they had the ban on everything of 195, which is around Bordentown and stuff like that. You know, pretty much, say the middle of the state. Yep. Yep. So, hey, look, but seriously, fellas, I'm gonna go and jump on off here and everything. I know I kept it kind of short, this stuff today. But, you know, just give an update, see what's going on and stuff. Y'all got my contact information, 252-266-8513. I just say that if you contact me, text me first, let me know that you're calling. That way I can get prepared in a trucker state of mind so we can start talking business as it pertains to the industry. And so with that being said, y'all take it easy, be safe. This your man here, one and only, that beautiful Rhode Island Red Rooster. Telling you as always, continue to do your research, fact-finding studies. Honest on your skills every day. Till next time we talk, next time we meet, be safe.